let's do this. I wanted to give a good little mix of stuff here.
Okay.
So I got, let's see, I want to count it up. I've got 3 underdogs.
Okay.
And they're not true dogs, in my opinion. They're not really dogs. But I like them as dogs. Let's start off at the top. I got the Arizona Cardinals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Give me the under 52 here. I don't see Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars really scoring any points. The Cardinals' defense has been pretty good so far. I know that the Vikings kind of torched them a little bit, but the Vikings also have probably one of the best
weapons.
The Vikings aren't a bad team. They just lost 2 games, but they're not a bad team.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's an overreaction of an 0-2. They're a lot better than their record is. But give me the under there. I just don't see the points, and I think that if there is something that Jacksonville will hang their hat on is that their defense isn't awful, like god awful. You know what I mean?
Coaches.
Yes, that's true. But he gets his 3rd game, and they're at home. So and Arizona's traveling from the West Coast. So give me the under 52. Next game, let me get the Titans on the spread. I love the Titans at 5.5 against the Colts. I just think that it's one of those things where the Colts, they're down bad right now. You know, like you said, Carson Wentz, it doesn't sound like he's going to play. And if Brent Hundley's been taking the snaps, oh my God, what are the Titans going to do to them? Should be an easy spread. Honestly, I would take more on it if I could, and I can, but I won't. So I'll take the 5.5. Next game, let me get the Minnesota Vikings money line against Seattle. I think that Pete's comments are a little too much. I think Russ is going to ball out because the Vikings defense, they were without Anthony Barr and Everson Griffin last week. I don't know if they're back. But regardless, they're at home in a must-win game because you don't want to get too far behind Green Bay, which leads into my next pick. I'm going to take the Packers against the 49ers money line. I think that Aaron's got back on track, and he's the kind of guy that likes to, show up on primetime games. He did it on Monday Night Football. He's got another opportunity here against a team that's 2-0. That's a true test, what people would consider a contender in the NFC. Let me take the Packers. Then I'm taking another tough game here. Give me the Rams. Like I kind of hinted earlier on in the show, I really do like Aaron Donald and that defensive line's matchup against Tom Brady and the Bucs, especially if AB is out. As many weapons as Tampa has, they got to travel to the West Coast against what I would say is probably the best defense in the NFL with the crowd. And then now finally, not that Jared Goff wasn't a competent quarterback, but a game-changing quarterback, a guy that can make all the throws, a guy that
coach on the field
will be able to move the ball. If the Falcons were able to move the ball on the Bucs and get 25, I really like the Rams' chances too, especially with McVay making the play calls. And then my final game of the 6-pack.
At least first.
Let me go ahead and get the Cowboys on the spread at -3.5. I am not a believer in the Eagles. I know that they play the 49ers really tough, but they're coming on the road. I think that this is going to be kind of the game where Dallas asserts its dominance in the NFC and says that this is our division. Dak's back. We don't have to worry about this anymore because we know that you guys can't score as many points as us. Jalen Hurts had one good game against a very bad defense. You know that the Falcons have given up more points than anyone in the NFL this year.
Not shocked.
Yeah, I was going to say the surprise factor here.
And it's the most. They've never in the history of the Falcons have they given up this many points in back-to-back games, which is kind of astounding because we've had a bad defense for the last decade and a half. But the fact that this is the worst two-game run in team history says a lot. So I don't believe in Jalen Hurts. Give me Dak and the Cowboys getting it done.
The Eagles scored 22 though, isn't it?
You said who?
The Eagles scored 22 against you guys?
32.
Oh, okay. We missed that last 10 points.
And then Tampa gave us a 48 burger.
And Brady threw for 5. But